Yeah, I mean, we found people here as they were emerging from their tents into the mud and the heavy rain this morning that they really were genuinely shocked and concerned about what had happened. You have to remember, a lot of these people here probably weren't born when Thriller came out in the early 80s, but they still know Michael Jackson as a real force in music. So there are Michael Jackson music all over this massive area today, and there will be tributes paid throughout the day to Michael Jackson, although the organisers are still trying to get something specific together. It's very difficult because there are so many bands here and the schedule is so tight, but they are trying to do something special for later in the day. Now I have with me the managing director of Q magazine, Stuart Williams. As Stuart was saying about the young people who still really rated Michael Jackson, even though that they might have known a sort of wacko Jacko more than the old Jackson.
I think, remember, Michael Jackson's a very unique case. There's nobody quite like him. You talk about Madonna, and Madonna's music is mixed in there, Prince, all those type of pop stars. With Michael Jackson, I think there's a very, very definite divide between Michael Jackson the person and Michael Jackson the music. So whatever you thought of him as a pop star, as a borderline freak show, the music was something entirely different. So, you go to any nightclub in the world, you go to any wedding in the world, and at some point a Michael Jackson song is going to be played. So people's awareness of his music is way beyond and untouchable compared to his awareness of his crazy life and death.
Your magazine is image, and really he'd lost that good image, hadn't he? Is it true to say?
Well, the sad thing is this was the comeback. So, I mean, he was cleared of all the allegations in court. And I think it would have happened earlier if his home country, America, had adopted him and brought him back into the fold earlier. So he chose London to do his comeback. 50 dates, 750,000 tickets, and that was a very clever decision, because if you make it in London, then you can go around the world. There was talk about him going on back to Las Vegas and maybe getting back with the Jackson 5 and then building a theatre, all these sort of rumours happening. So this was going to be the springboard. But what Michael Jackson never lost was his musical credibility. And you talk to people of all ages, from 7 to 70, and they respect his music.
But in terms of those 50 gigs at the O2, there were a lot of talk about whether he was really up to it now, and it was obviously telling on him.
Yeah, in fact, I mean, we have planned to do him on the next cover of Q magazine and discuss this very issue. Michael Jackson at the age of 25 or 35 is very different from Michael Jackson at the age of 50. Can any 50-year-old get up and perform in that way? You look at Madonna. Madonna has played regularly every couple of years for the past 2 decades live and done grueling tours. She does yoga, she does that sort of physicality. You haven't seen Michael Jackson dance on a stage for over a decade. I saw him in Wembley 11 years ago, and even then it was fantastic, but he was only on stage for half of the time. So was he in physical peak condition? Obviously not.
OK, Stuart Williams, thanks very much indeed. We'll be keeping a close watch on any tributes that are made here at Glastonbury throughout the day.